When you think of theme parks, there's no doubt that you think of happy-go-lucky attractions and arguably clean facilities. However, when push comes to shove and they eventually close, what's left is unnerving to say the least. Anyway, today is about 3 theme parks left to rot. Let's begin. In 1955, the biblical theme park, Holy Land, USA, was opened in Waterbury, Connecticut. Built with the dream of a Christian-based park where anybody, no matter their race or religion, could explore and learn, the park was quite popular, even bringing upwards of 40,000 people a year at its height. This was popular enough to make the park stay relevant, closing in 1984 only to clean the grounds and refurbish the attractions with the intent to open it back up later. Things looked good for the park, and it was expected to make a comeback. However, only 2 years into the project, John Greco, the owner, passed away, and the refurbishing project was abandoned, with the disrepair of the park continuing, leaving a startling sign of the once glorious park. This one has a partially happy ending though, as the almost 18 acres of park were purchased in 2013 with the intention to clean it up and reopen it. Whether that will happen though, has yet to see. Let's move on to the one you're probably expecting. It's known that Disney has only ever abandoned parks twice, Discovery Island and River Country. In 1976, River Country opened as a water park spread across 6 acres, an incredibly popular attraction on the already incredibly popular location, with almost nothing but memories of the location being positive accounted for. Like always though, after the warm weather season, River Country closed and awaited reopening the next year in 2001. But that never happened. With a few years of silence, the fate of the attraction was confirmed in 2005 when Disney announced the attraction would be closed for good. The exact reason behind the closure is disputed, from a deadly bacteria that claimed the life of a guest in 1980 to safety concerns in the 9/11 attack to a lack of capacity. It's at this point an eerie reminder of the past, still closed off and unmaintained even years later. While the 2 previous entries on this list are unnerving and mostly unknown, this is the only one shrouded in complete mystery. Okpo Land in South Korea, with all my research, I could not find any proper history on it. The small condensed theme park was a popular location is all I know, and a few rides were accounted for, as well as only 1 roller coaster. By the 1990s, the park was known as the site where one of the guests were killed by the duck ride. The death was swept under the carpet, having never issued an apology or any compensation to the families. The park chugged on until 1999, when the same ride broke off the rails and threw the small girl who was riding it to the pavement below, killing her. Overnight, the park owner disappeared and the park closed all of a sudden, once again with no compensation or apology being issued to the family. Years later, the park, in a state of disrepair, was captured in a series of unnerving photos. However, nothing is as horrifying as seeing the duck ride, the very duck ride that claimed the small girl's life, still as is, hanging off the rails. In 2011, the park was finally demolished, bringing its scary and overall dreadful past to an end, hopefully giving some closure to the victims' families. Thanks so much for watching, and thanks for the overflowing support of the channel. Sorry about last week, I had a cold and no voice. I'll make it up with a double this week, so stay tuned for that. Thanks again, and have a good night.